Hey everyone, welcome to my midnight live after midnight. Hey Robin, welcome. I wasn't going to go live tonight. I was going to take the night off, but a few community posts reared their ugly head tonight. So I decided to call them out. Since we got a bunch of idiots running around thinking they know it all. Hey Noodle, hey Rachel. This is about you, Noodle. So trigger warning. So we have a bunch of people that think they know it all. They think they know the legal system. They think they know everything that's going on here, right? They think that they know everything that's going on with the Mrs. Portland situation, and they don't. A lot of these people live overseas. They're not familiar with American law. They're not familiar with laws in all 50 states. They know absolutely squat. One of these people would be called Tits Up or Debbie, whoever you want to call that skanky little bitch. She, one of them's X. She thinks she knows everything. Right? They think they know everything. They know the American Constitution. They think they know American law. And they're the kings and queens of they're actually the kings and queens of misinformation on here. And I read Noodle's community post, and it's sad to see that some of those motherfuckers over there think if they harass Noodle, the criminal charges will go away. Aw, aren't they mistaken? They are quite mistaken. They think they can harass and bully their way out of this. Who the hell do they think they are? Really? I don't know what the law is in the UK or Australia or any of the other Commonwealth countries out there, but it's not. Noodle doesn't have control over the district attorney's office. Everybody, the district attorney office, their job here is to prosecute Mrs. Portland for violating that protective order. She has a defense attorney from the public defender's office, everybody. Their job is to defend their client. There is a legal process in place. Interfering with the court process is a crime. Don't these people understand that? Don't these people understand that threatening judges, threatening district attorneys, or putting pressure or harassing Mrs. Portland's public defender, if you like the person or not, is wrong? What the hell is wrong with you people? Even Timothy McVeigh got a defense. Everybody. Even Timothy McVeigh got a defense. Let's put it, let me be blunt. We didn't like his defense, but it was up to 12 jurors to see through his bullshit. Do these dumb idiots think that sending nasty emails or something, from what I'm hearing, to Mrs. Portland's public defender is going to carry any weight? Or sending nasty letters to the judge or to the prosecutor is going to make a difference? If anything's going to happen, they're going to hunt your ass down and prosecute you for doing it. Mrs. Carr, I'm very ignorant of UK and Australian law because I don't live there. And hey, if I wanted to learn about Australian law, everybody, I'd probably talk to Rachel here. She lives in Australia, right? If I wanted to learn something about how the process or the courts work in Australia, I'd probably ask Rachel because I don't live there. I didn't grow up there. These overseas people think they know everything. They know our laws. They know how our process works. They even know how our medical system works. And they expect, oh, really, Rachel? Yeah, I'm not very familiar with the Australian or the UK system. And why would I? I don't live there. I don't have a law degree. If I wanted to know something, I'd probably go to Google. But the laws in Australia and in the United States and the process is completely different. And this is the sad part, everybody. These people think they can get away with it. So if any hate watch anyone, if anyone here is hate watching, I hope that anyone that sent nasty emails, threatening emails to Mrs. Portland, if that's what happened, if anyone who sent shit in the mail, if that's actually true, I actually hope that they hunt you down and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. Because how many times does me or Noodle have to say, don't go over to Mrs. Portland's channel and harass her, send her threatening, nasty emails. Hey, Red Door. And don't antagonize the woman. We all know how the woman is. Don't start, just don't go over there and start some fucking trouble. And get her going. This Does that make any sense to you? Oh, I don't like Mrs. Portland. I can't stand the woman. So I'm going to go over and make some nasty, really nasty emails. I'm going to create an alt and start making nasty comments in our chat while Walter's sitting in the background blocking y'all. And then you come in, some of these people, I'll say Cole's probably one of them, or X, or Hooker, or whoever. And then they come in and say, hello, I'm so sorry for what happened, Kelly. It's they sit there and they weaponize her for their own means, and then they realize they can't handle her, right? They can't handle Mrs. Portland, so they get rid of her too. So it's like two-sided coin here. You can't handle her. She's disruptive. She has a big mouth, and she does whatever the hell she wants anyway, court order or not. But but some of these people over on the other side, they continue to feed her bullshit, lies, innuendo, no proof of anything. And then they think they know it all, and they want to interfere with the US justice system. I hope it burns them in the ass in the end. Really? So it just makes me wonder, is threatening a judge in the UK or the prosecutor a crime? It's common sense. It probably is, right? Noodle said this today on her live, and she's absolutely right. You can reformat your computer. You can delete everything. You can delete all your emails. You could be a real smart cookie, or you think you're slick, but nothing is 100% deleted, dumbasses. All right. So if you want to sit there and berate a judge or a prosecutor or public defender, I'm encouraging you to stop right now, right here, and think about it for a moment. Why don't you use those Google skills of yours, those point and click skills, or whatever you want to call it, and look up the consequences of your actions? Because even I know common sense dictates that harassing a prosecutor, a judge, and a defense attorney on a criminal matter is a crime. I'm sure all 50 states have different penalties for it. Some states it's a felony, some states it's a misdemeanor, but still, you'll be in hot water. What don't these people get? Some of you sit some people in this community, they sit there and I want to say this community because I have people in my chat that are halfway decent human beings and wouldn't do half the shit that these people do. But some of these people over at the Street Rats or Scooties or AJ, they abuse the court system. They lie. They get fake restraining orders. They oh, and even upload revenge porn. That's illegal too, right, everybody? That's illegal, but no one seems to care about that. But hey, Patty, no one seems to hold anyone accountable for anything on here. And it's screw common sense. It's screw common sense. And it's like, oh, I know everything. Oh, I know what's going on. I know why Lycan's channels went down. I know why Amber's channels went down. Blah, 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 blah. There was porn on the channels. Blah, 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 blah. When there wasn't. They should put a big you know what in their mouths and shut the fuck up. Because they know absolutely nothing. I'm serious. If they actually looked at the facts, they'd see that a flashlight who can't keep her mouth shut is responsible for the channels going down around here. But we have someone, and we all know who that is. I don't have to mention her name, right? Everybody who holds her by the hand and says, "Oh, you're such a nice lady. You're such a nice lady. Oh, what can I do for you?" That okay, could someone block Cramovelt, please? Thank you. And now we have AJ or so-called Nina coming in here. She's committed crimes. She's broken crimes. Go to bed, AJ. There you go. I just made an echo for you. See, you're see how fast that was, AJ? You're now gone. You're a blocked bitch. Bye. You see? Yeah, that made my day, you know? Aw. Someone butt hurt. Yeah, and then she decides. And then this troll, I call me a troll, decides to get airline tickets to Vegas and probably really thought about crashing a wedding. Yeah, but her definitely. Would you like some preparation H for the butt hurt? And I'm surprised. And you know what surprises me? That she doesn't kiss you know whose ass and beg for forgiveness, because he could file charges at any time for lying to a court, filing false documents, and everything else. So she's she can be charged too. And if she happens to be spreading revenge porn, she can go to jail for that too. So there's that. And then she goes the other day on her little rant and raves like a little lunatic, thinking people will care. Nobody cares, AJ or Nina or whatever you want to be called. Your multiple personalities. What would you like to be called tomorrow? Wooly Bully? You know, it's like, or will it be this other made up name? You know, it's, oh, I'm not Vault. I'm not Vault. It's my twin sister. But even if her twin sister was on that account, even if it was her twin sister and she was on Vault, she's really insane. She has the same personality too, multiple personalities, and ew. No, she's obsessed. She can't let anything go. It's just bleh. Just bleh. You know, it's so a lot of these I have no clue then, but mods, if any of these alts come in, you know what to do, just get rid of them if they're disrespectful. So they said so these so we have Cole, we have Shih Tzu Lover, we had Angela and a bunch of others enabling Mrs. Portland to the point, right? And now they're probably sending letters to judges and they think I you know what I actually think? I think they think they're invincible. They say, "Oh, I'm in the UK or I'm in Australia, or I'm in South Africa, or I'm in this country. They're not going to do anything to me. Attitudes. Yeah, just a bunch of turds in a toilet. But some of them are actually in this country or on this continent, and you're touchable. Nobody's untouchable. Let's just put it that way. So if you want to actually go real life and do this pull this little shit, pull this shit you're pulling, I'll have no sympathy for you if you get a pair of silver bracelets and you're hauled off to a 3x5 jail cell. Because I'm really getting sick and tired of it. You're sitting there harassing Noodle Mash because she left Natasha's. That is the pettiest reason I have ever heard in my life. Oh, you can't leave me. I have to throw you out. Crap. Excuse me? Natasha doesn't own you. She doesn't own subs. She doesn't own anything on here. Noodle can go wherever the fuck she wants on this platform. She can come to my channel. She can go to Lycan Legion's channel. She can go to anyone's channel she pleases. And she can leave people's channels if she wants to, or not go to someone's live that day. She shouldn't be penalized or harassed because a bunch of turds in a toilet, as Wyoming said, put it, think, oh, you're stealing my subs. How dare you? How dare you steal my subs? How dare you poach my subs? How dare you take my money? Sound familiar? That's all I hear out of Natasha's mouth or the street rat's mouth. Oh, you steal my subs. You're trying to steal my subs. You don't control people. And what they do is when people finally see the light, right, everybody? Have you ever noticed when when these people see the light and how, okay, Natasha's a scammer, she's a bitch, she's a liar. Same thing with the street rat. People start leaving, and then they start getting harassed. Look at Crafton and Kim. They left the street rat. They left Natasha. Look at what the street rat's response is. One of her responses is she files a frivolous citizen's complaint. Oh, I'll show her. I'll show her not to leave, not to backstab me in the back. And then she tries to raise money for an attorney. How much was it? Kim, oh dear. Yeah, 100%, Red Door. The other side fails to understand what is happening as Mrs. Portland or Noodle Mash has nothing to do with the state of Oregon is the one prosecuting this whole enchilada. And the thing with on the street rat is the state of New Jersey refused to prosecute Kim and Crafton on a citizen's complaint because Kim and Crafton did nothing wrong. Doesn't that tell you something, everyone? Doesn't that tell everyone? Well, the one question people may ask is if they did nothing wrong, why ain't they in jail? And Jamie actually answered that question. Some people don't want the hell and the aggravation that filing charges will do. But at the same time, this is my prediction. Some of these people are going to actually have to file charges to get this shit to stop. Because none of these people have any consequences. There are no real consequences to their actions. On here. Yeah, she tried for 5,000 or something, and then she raised about 800 or something. Yeah, that sounds about right. $800. And when I was on your channel, Kim, we were talking about refunds, right? We're talking about refunds, and I was talking to Noodle, and I said, "Okay, hon, calm down." I was saying I was giving a different perspective on how some people would think that we're dealing with the street rat. We're dealing with someone, or we're dealing with someone with the mental mentality of a child like Natasha. So, whoever asked Natasha Cooper for a refund? Anyone? Has anyone ever asked Natasha Cooper for a refund? I never heard it. And if they did, they didn't last long over there. This is why I think Granny, the street rat, says, "Oh, if you want a refund, I'll give you one." For that $800 she raised for that lawyer she never needed. She didn't need I don't think she would need a lawyer to file a citizen's complaint when the district attorney or the county. Okay, they call them sometimes county prosecutors in New Jersey. So would be handling it if they actually had probable cause for arrest warrant. So why would the street rat need an attorney in the first place? People don't Google or ask questions because they're too afraid to ask. So the street rat knew, okay, offer refunds, and not many people would request one because if they did, she'd send her little henchmen after them. They'd be targets for harassment. Wouldn't doesn't that make sense, everybody? But yeah, they refused to have a judge review it for a probable cause hearing because there was no probable cause in the first place. It was all bullshit. So why would the county prosecutor's office or the county attorney waste a judge's time on it? Why would they humiliate themselves in front of a district court judge or a superior court or municipal court, whatever court handles these cases in New Jersey? If it's a felony, it's probably superior court or county court or whatever they call it. I had to look up the court system in New Jersey, but yeah, it is utterly pathetic that the street rat would cross state lines, go to Kim and Crafton's county, right? File a citizen's complaint just to get it denied, and it's not going to be taken to a judge for any consideration whatsoever. And then she tells her subs, oh, it's being reviewed. A warrant's going to be issued. Blah, 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 blah. Total horseshit, everybody. So if anyone asks for their money back, and we think Angela did actually, I believe that part. They'll probably go after her. They probably went after her already. So they probably already went after Angela. So that's probably why the fight has started. But here's the thing with Angela. All right, everyone. She's showing things we already know about. We already know the street rat's a scumbag. We already know she's a piece of shit. So what's the So Angela, here's the question. You're not banned. If you want to answer it, you're more than welcome to hop in the chat and answer it. What's the point of those screenshots? Actually, really, we don't care about her hemorrhoids. Her crying about her hemorrhoids. We don't give a shit. Actually, about her wordy vagina. We don't care. We may joke about it on Likens. It may be a joke, but we don't care. What we're actually looking for is something like criminal activity that she's involved in. Something we don't know. Something that would get her into trouble. Because we don't operate that way, Angela. We don't go into a mod chats and say what the agenda is tonight or what the agenda is this week. We don't use our mod chats to go after people. We don't plot We don't use mod chats to plot against people or what's the word? We don't dox people in our chats. We don't act immoral. Yes, we joke around, we say hello to each other, we ask how we're doing, everyone's doing. We post links to oh, have you seen this with a clip? Oh, have you seen this already? But we're not sitting there with our horns saying, how can we take this person down today? We don't operate like that, Angela. Really? Give it up, street rat. You don't have court. We all saw the letter. Give it up already. Your goose is cooked. Ooh, that sounds good about now, Missy K. Mm-hmm. At least in New Jersey, they're a little smart. Yeah, the street rat has a lower IQ for people up north. Just saying. Because a lot of the people in special ed in New York and New Jersey and Massachusetts are way smarter than the street rat. I'll tell you that right here, right now. The feds picked it up. Oh dear. Another one of street rats delusions. Come on here, it's not a ring around the rosy or the US Supreme Court. Hey Tam. Oh yeah, Wyoming. I've never heard of anyone ask old coops for a refund, but I'm sure people maybe have in the background, and they were probably thrown out. Remember, everyone, when someone asked Natasha about the legal fund or asked questions about it, and they were like banned from chat or thrown out of for behind the scenes royalty chat. Everyone remember that? Yeah, all coming from someone who got arrested for doing someone's taxes and stealing the money, and then she points the finger and calls other people scammers. Give me a break. Yeah, I agree with you. We all seen small claims court in action. Like we all seen Judge Judy, we all seen Judge Milan, Judge Wapner. If you're older, how some of these how small claims works. both parties go before a judge and the judge makes its ruling. That's how small claims works. She wouldn't even, the street rat wouldn't even win, or Natasha wouldn't get past one of those judges. And a federal judge agree to it? Come on. It's ludicrous. It's like, yikes. Yeah, they're probably cutting their losses. They're just saying, okay, if the street rat has another fundraiser or something, we're just gonna not donate. We're just gonna sit there and keep our wallets closed. That's a solution that some people employ around here in this community, or the street rats community, that side of that community. And they say, okay, we've been scammed, right? The street rat's a liar. So next time she needs money for a so-called lawyer, we're just not going to give her any money because we've been duped before. It's called it's so they know if they ask for refunds, they're scared if they ask for a refund, they'll get targets on their back. So they'll just, as what Kim just said and I said before, they're just cutting their losses and they're just not going to participate, or just stop in every so often, say hey, just street rat and the chat, and just leave. Because I knew when I came on here last year, a little before last, a year and a half ago, I knew that the only thing I could really do here is educate people or try to make some sense. A lot of these people, some of these people like Street Rat, Scotty, Natasha, they're not going to change. Some people are hardcore Simpson. No matter how much proof you put in their faces, they're going to say, fuck us. We still hate you. That's the beauty of what Natasha created, and the Street Rat. It's a hate community. They don't care if Street Rat lies or Natasha. They just go for the cheap entertainment of someone getting dragged every so often. They don't care if it's true or not. You get what I'm saying, everybody? Hey, Xana. Hey, Johnny. Oh yeah, the one on Pornhub. Clarence Thomas is coming for me. Yeah, last time we were all going to prison. It's like, ooh, we're going to jail. What did we do? And we're not over here. We're not threatening judges. We're not sending nasty vulgar messages to prosecutors. We're not sending nasty vulgar messages to on the public defender's office in Oregon. So, what would we be going to jail for? Really? Giving our opinions on the shit that goes down around here? Debunking a bunch of liars? Really? What would we be going to jail for? It's like okay. We're not hating on anybody. We're just okay, Joe. People are sending messages. It started. People are sending nasty, threatening messages to judges, prosecutors, public defenders, and Noodle Mash. Just being hateful. So I can't decide to come on and call some bitches out for it because it isn't right. And then the street rat got in put into it, and Miss Flashlight. Some of these people are scared that their channels will go down because of her, and it's like, ugh. They decide to cave into her. Yeah, right. Oh, Hemis, yeah. Flashlight and Hemis are very similar. Yeah, Hemis like to porn bomb people's channels. Yeah, if you look at my Vivian video when I called her out last year, yeah, he was in chat, everybody. Yeah. So right after Voices got porn bombed, I went to Vivian's chat and I started taking some screenshots and they're all talking about it before and after it happened. So the one who actually porn bombed Voices that time was Tonic or something. I don't know if it's the same one as Hemi, but yeah, they seem to be all talking about it except some people. So when I mentioned it on Dorothy's. I mentioned on that time, and I asked Vivian and Chad about it. So that's the reason why I went on Dorothy's panel that day to talk to Vivian, and we were talking about it, right? And this is her claim. It's unsubstantiated, but she claims she never knew anything about it. And what her defense was, well, Voices I did do some things in fair use, and Voices struck me anyway. Well, I don't know about that, but that's her opinion. All right, everyone. Vivian is entitled to an opinion too. So, right, everybody. But at the same time, I was talking to Vivian on Dorothy's panel, trying to come up to some consensus. And guess who shows up in chat? Miss Flashlight. And I had to say something to her in the chat because she was starting in trouble. So she had to make it all about her, and it was like and it went from there, and then Hemi had to unfollow me on panel again. Isn't that creepy when someone has to follow you on panel each and every time, saying he loves me so much? and then you catch them on MKBs talking shit about you. Yeah, I kind of knew that, but I had no proof of it, so I just kept my mouth shut and just was just being nice to Emmy. You get how that goes. You don't have any proof of anything, so you just keep your mouth shut and just play along. Hmm. I'm sure it did happen, Kim. I'm sure it did happen. People asked for Natasha Cooper for refunds in the past, and it didn't go too well. She puts on this face, it's like, oh, if you'd like a refund, contact me, Shugs. Yeah, Mama Bear. I don't understand what's wrong with them. They keep throwing money at her like she's queen or something. That's a bad word choice. Really, I shouldn't call her queen because no one died and made her that. She likes to call herself queen, but she didn't build this true crime community or so she thinks she did. She wasn't even around on YouTube during the Watts Island incidents, or during the Watts case, because I was around on this platform way back when the Watts case happened, and there was no Natasha Cooper on YouTube. She could have been on Facebook, but I never heard of her until it was probably a year or so. I was like, I used to look at YouTube every so often for the Watts case or other cases. But here's the thing: I popped in, checked in on that Mensa crazy nut. What's her name? Mary Marlowe. That's right. But they must have came in around 2019, 2020, when I wasn't really paying much attention. So because some of the ones that were around in like 2019, 2018 were kind of nuts. The lineup completely changed from what was in 2018. You didn't have Dorothy. You didn't have Natasha. You didn't have Robbie. They came afterwards. Yeah, you had that Merb bitch. I remember her. You had Laura. You had Molly Goat Lightly. And then you had that Mensa nut job. And then you had that Lemonade girl. And some of you may like her or remember her, but I wasn't a big fan. Let's just put it that way when she was on the air. That's just my opinion. Some of you may have a different opinion of her, but that's just my opinion. She had nutty people on her panel, and then there was Laura. Oh, she was difficult at times, but I just kept my mouth shut. I didn't go over there, so Hey, Sizzle. Oh, really? She has a casino fund now, Sizzle? Yeah, she spends the money at the casino. I can't. I never saw anyone who wastes her money so much. If you want to be a scammer and you get that much money from people, come on, spend uh, put the money to better use than spend wasting it, blowing it off at a casino. Come on, everyone. I would have thought that she would buy a brand new car with it or something, or buy a gym membership or sign up for Weight Watchers. Come on, everyone. Or buy the more expensive food. What's it fat free? Because okay, I'm gonna say this: if everyone threw the money at me that they throw at Natasha, but, hypothetically speaking, I'd probably buy a new car. I'm not lying. I probably put the money in a bank for a new house for a house, right? I'm not gonna sit there and waste all that money, 20, 50,000, $100,000, and blow it at the casino. That's just me, everybody. It's kind of a waste of money, to be honest with you, because you go to the casino, right? You're not guaranteed to win anything. You're not guaranteed to win anything, and it's like you may win $50, but then you blow that, and you're in the hole. Wouldn't you think that the casino is just for entertainment purposes only? They're there to The casino is designed to take your money. Hey, Cranky. The casino is designed to take your money away, separate you and your wallet. I can't. I don't understand the mindset of someone that goes to the casino and blows thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't get it, everybody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but even them, Zen, have gambling addictions like this, and it's like, uh. There was one person my aunt knew who sold their house to play the lotto, and this is a true story. And it's like you sell your livelihood to play the lotto, and she didn't even win it. Oh, put those in mod chat if you have the screenshots. I love screenshots. Wyoming. Oh, I barely passed. Math was my weak point, sizzle, in school. I got really good grades in my other subjects, but algebra and math, bleh, it's like the only thing I could really do good is basic math. Other than that, I suck. Yeah, I didn't do good in geometry either, so it's like anything math related. I did great in history. I did great in English. I did great in history class, science. Yeah, I think that's common with everybody. Yeah, $10,000 for a website. Doesn't anyone realize that that's a scam? Really? Yeah, I don't know where Natasha actually got her start though. She was on Facebook, then she came over here. And then I found out about Natasha through I was watching Robbie. So then what happened was I didn't know who this bitch Natasha was. I said, "Who is this cunt that's causing Robbie a problem?" So I put in her name, like in the Facebook search engine. So I find all these videos. So okay, a lot, maybe 5-10 minute videos on Natasha Cooper. So I start going one by one, and I made up my own opinion. She was a piece of shit. And B plus had a lot of videos on her, and I'm actually thankful to her for giving us an education on what she does. And I says, who brings sex toys on a panel, sticks them to her head? Yeah, and then in one of the videos, she was dragging Jamie, Lycan Legion. And I said, okay, who's this guy that Natasha's dragging? His name's Lycan. So I find his channel, and it's okay. So I see he was live the one time I clicked, and I see a few people I know in chat. I said, "Oh, I guess this is a friendly place to go." So I start watching, and some of those bitches, we all know who they are. Toxicity and social media, and a few of the other bitches started their usual shit. So I watched their video, and I made a comment under Ronald asking it was actually my truth bombs alt. I had a different name on it, and I asked which video or which one of Jamie's lives it came from, and then they wouldn't give me an answer to it. So I find the video, I find the live it came from, right? And it was like clipped from like three different places in the live and crunched together. And I said, these people are pieces of shit. And guess who was all over the comment section? AJ. Yeah, go figure, Hey Gladys. Yeah, you go to the casino and the odds are against you. So yeah, bingo's fine. It's the thing with bingo. Then here's the thing with bingo: you're not spending a whole lot of money. You may spend 10, 20 bucks to go to bingo. It gives you something to do, but the casino, you're like spending like 50, hundreds of dollars, and you're not gonna win. And if they do, they count on you cashing in your um if you win anything, you're probably gonna reinvest into the casino. So you walk out with nothing. You got a point there, Red Jack. You got a point there. But wouldn't you get it at this point? To win that new car at the casino, it's pretty the odds are stacked against you. It's yeah, bingo can be fun, it's I'm not very lucky at that. So yeah, she does prey on her subs. So she wants to go on vacation. She wants to go to the casino and she lies, tricks people to donate, and she's a pro at it. Because I because usually I don't talk much about Natasha because she has enough people hating on her. We all know that. But she decided I went up on Robbie's panel one day. Everyone probably remembers that day. I went up to say hello, and so Natasha comes up. I'm not gonna go up there and start a fight with Natasha. Not my channel. It's not my place to sit there and call her a scammer or and then the other time I actually asked Mrs. Portland when she was up there. I actually asked her where's Jamie's apology, right? And she says, "Oh, they don't deserve one, practically." So I was seeing if Mrs. Portland was genuine. So I actually came. I cranked up a live probably later that day when Natasha was up, and I says she was full of shit when she was up there. I gave my honest opinion. So Natasha decides to mention it and call me the p word, and then she spread the rumor I beat my mommy. Aw, poor Natasha. No proof, no nothing. Well, they enjoy the entertainment value of people getting dragged. That's what I think it is. They go to Natasha's to see who's going to get dragged next. You see what I'm saying? That's what I actually think because And then they give her cash and everything, so she actually continues violating terms of service. It's she keeps violating terms of service time and time again. And how many channels is this? 53? Yeah, this is 53 times. Yeah, 53. And we've all been probably part one of her topics. She's nobody's friend. We're only potential content to her. That's the sad part. We're only a dollar sign. We're not human beings, according to her. So it's oh, and here's what made me laugh last night when she gives her response when she just does her sugar alert or says, "Oh, I only call people shugs to call them idiots." Really? And why didn't you just call them idiots, Natasha? Why didn't you just call them idiots instead of I'm calling them shug? Shug is actually short for sugar. If you actually look that up, Natasha, I guess she doesn't. She's another one that doesn't know her definitions of words. Yeah, sizzle. Yeah, yeah. I treat people the way I want to be treated, sizzle. That's the way I think of it. But if you treat me like a dog, I'm probably going to treat you like a dog right back. That's just how I am. Because the way some of these people are treating Noodle is just plain old awful. Just because Noodle decided to leave Natasha's, and she had every right to. She Because here's the thing with Natasha. Here's the thing with that little brat, street rat. They think they own you. They go on and on and on about you're coming to steal my subs. And it's like you're a possession. They don't own you. You have a mind of your own. You can go wherever the fuck you want to go. And Noodle is no exception to it. So little Coops doesn't own you. She shouldn't own you. She doesn't own subs. Subs cannot be stolen. They cannot be poached. Another word for stealing. Subs go to channels because they like the content. Or they're listening to something that interests them. It's not so if they have every right to leave Natasha's, they have every right to leave Dorothy's or whoever for whatever reason. Yeah, I've had people leave my channel. And I said, okay, good luck to you. I haven't seen a few people in a long, long time, but hey, it's their choice, right? Everyone. I can't control, and it's not our job to control what people think or how they feel. But the thing with Natasha is she thinks everything belongs to her. The money belongs to her. The subs belong to her. Everything's a possession to her. And everyone is content to her. Who cares? I don't think she even cares if someone tried to off themselves on here, try to unalive themselves because it's Natasha Cooper. She can do whatever the fuck she wants on here. Remember, she crowns herself queen. So her friend Hooker learns from the best. She won't leave anyone alone, Sizzle. Everyone's content. Yeah, she made runs at people that didn't even deserve it. So, you got that right. 100% Wyoming. She doesn't care about anyone but herself. And she even self admitted to everybody she has no friends. Didn't she? She don't trust anybody. She don't. Well, Sizzle Silva. Let me point something out about that. MRB's no better sometimes. So, but I get what you're saying. MRB has her own issues, but the fighting between them two is quite. I think they're similar personalities that fight. They go back and forth based on what I've seen on those Napkin Gate and Cheat Cheat MRB. Yeah, she has that little issue, and then she creates docs. She goes real life, or it's a little cult over at MRB's too. So yeah, I've seen her back in the day, and she put a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, I get it. I get it, Sizzle. Yeah, I think I watched MRB 5 years ago, and she put a bad taste in my mouth. So I saw some of the things she was doing. I just says, "Bleh." I have other bigger fish to fry, so I just let her be. Yeah, but Queen Elizabeth's dead. Remember? Oh yeah, now Charles and the tampon running everything. So So the reason why I came on tonight was because of the idiots that think they know everything about the legal system when they don't even know. They don't even live here. And they think, some of them may think, oh, let's go after Noodle Mash and get the charges dismissed. Oh, let's send nasty letters to the DA's office and see if that works, or the judge. Or some people that hate Mrs. Portland, they think, oh, let's give her lawyer a hard time. But here's the thing, everybody. Even Mrs. Portland gets a defense attorney. She gets an advocate in court. But at least with Mrs. Portland's attorney, what he or she can do is say, okay, here's the evidence, here's your rights, here are your rights, here are your chances if you go to trial, here's your chances of when you do this, here's the chances if you do that. Mrs. P is back, sort of. She has to be watched because we know how she behaved the last time. So yeah, sizzle. So that's an iffy. But here's the thing: she gets that legal advice. It's her right under the U.S. Constitution. All right, we might not like what Mrs. Portland did. It's unacceptable behavior. We can all agree on that. What she did, the threats, the nastiness, it's totally unacceptable behavior, and she has to be held accountable for it. But the reality of the justice system is she'll probably be let off with fines, probation, maybe a few days in jail, because it's her first offense. Now, if she does it again, and she probably didn't learn her lesson this time around, yeah, it will be harsher next time. Trust me. But anything can happen in these court hearings. I said this on another live of mine, and I will say it again. This is why I don't like to take guesses at outcomes, because anything can happen. Anything unexpected. Everyone remember the Casey Anthony verdict when we all thought she was going to get convicted and the jury came back with a not guilty? Yeah. Something unexpected can always pop up. Or you may get that ruling that's unexpected, or that continuance, like what happened the other day. So some of these people are obviously overseas. They think it's fun. Whatever. Let's contact the judge, the prosecutor, the and let's harass Noodle Mash. Then people are pieces of shit. and I hope they do get what's coming to them. Okay, I'll just be blunt. All right. Yeah. And look what happens, Anna. Look what happened. Mrs. Portland went to jail for a few days. She's lucky, absolutely lucky they let her out to a responsible adult and didn't have to pay bail money. She's lucky she didn't spend more time than she did in jail. And they blame and they all blame Noodle Mash. Well, Noodle Mash didn't violate a court order. Okay, everyone. Here's the thing: Noodle Mash is right. There's no criminal charges against her. She can do whatever the fuck she wants to do. As long as she follows TOS on here and follows the law. You got a point there, Sizzle. But these some of these people just don't get it. They don't live here. They don't know our laws, but they continue to write essays as they know it. And that's disgusting. And I had to speak out again about it. So I wasn't just going to let that go. The stupidity, the sheer stupidity of it. The sheer stupidity. And do you think I should have to say those words? These words, it's illegal to do this and that when it's common sense. So here's the one thing people can do. All right, everyone, under the law, if you don't like, if you are a victim of Mrs. Portland, all right, Noodle Mash can do this too, because then she's a victim. All right, there's something called a victim impact statement. All right. So what this does is you can write a letter, a statement to the court saying how Mrs. Portland's behavior affected you. Okay? Perfectly legal, perfectly sane, as long as you don't make threats. Intimidate anyone, antagonize anyone in the letter. All you're doing is venting how you feel and how Mrs. Portland affected you and how she should be sentenced. However, a victim impact statement is not binding. What does that mean, everybody? All right. The prosecutor can make a plea bargain with Mrs. Portland and her lawyer, and doesn't have to and Noodle Mash has no control over it. She could say what she thinks, tell the prosecutor what she thinks of it, but that's about it. She has no control over it. Contrary to popular belief of some people. So if you want to let the court know how you feel, send the prosecutor a victim impact statement, and it will be read out to the court when she's sentenced. That's the only thing I could recommend people do. All right, don't send letters to the judge, the public defender, or the prosecutor saying how dare you. All right, just so we're clear. And anyone who sends shit to her from a website, I don't care where it's from. I hope anyone who sent threats to her in her email, I hope they find you. Really. I hope that public defender actually helps her find who actually did it, instead of some people in the ear, in Mrs. Portland's ear, accusing innocent people of doing it, because some of this shit needs to stop. All right, everyone. I just wanted to announce something else before we go tonight. I got a PayPal finally up and running. It's running on the bottom of the screen. So I just wanted to report that. So I have a new option for donations. So I have GPay too, and the normal Cash App. So I got a new option for anybody who wants to donate. So I just wanted to put that out there. So yes, it's good. It's a good thing. I had issues. PayPal is actually a pain in the ass sometimes to set up, but once you get it set up, it's yeah, Mama Bear. I 100% agree with you. Nobody should be sending either party hate emails or text. So if it's actually true, so if any of Mrs. Portland's claims are actually true, I'm saying that it's true. I'm sure Mrs. Portland probably sent some of them to herself for attention. We all know how she is, and probably exaggerated the whole all the incidents. But if there's any truth to it, I hope there's a damn investigation. I hope people are brought to justice. And if anyone is arrested for it, I will have zero sympathy for you. Oh, for the PayPal? Hold on. Let me get it for everybody. Hold on. Hey, S Hockett. Here's the PayPal. And here's my Cash App. And my GPay is brutally honest. You can find me that way. Red Pool. Oh God, you sometimes make me laugh hard. It's so. All right, everyone. It's almost 2 a.m. here. Oh dear. So all right, everybody. So I want to wish everyone a good night, and till next time. So I like to tell my hate watchers, behave yourself. Because there's one of us, someone in this chat watching you. All right, everyone. Good night.